come in? Is she here?
Yeah, she's in the office right there.
Oh.
Hi, sir. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Too close. What's going on?
Okay, so he says I'm wearing the mask.
It's just difficult to breathe, and it gets soaked in sweat, and I'm inhaling it into my mouth, like, you know, like a vacuum cleaner trying to suck up a plastic bag kind of deal. Like, it's miserable.
It's just really hot there?
Well, not only hot, well, I mean, it's not only that. Well, first of all, I sweat a lot, just, you know, rushing around, moving pallets everywhere. And then, like, you know, it gets soaked in sweat. But then also, well, it's not doing it right now, but usually when it's more soaked, if I try to, like, oh, there it goes. It's like, you know, it's restricting, you know, like if I'm out of breath and I'm panting, you know, through my mouth, it's sticking to my mouth like a plastic bag.
Okay, so one of the things that we can do is you can replace that mask. Do me a favor, just whenever it gets to this point, what I would say is like, by the time you hit your lunch, just go up back to the ASC members.
It's constantly getting soaked though, like every 10, 15, 20 minutes.
I understand that, but as of right now, it's mandatory to have your mask on site, and that's just because we want to make sure everybody's staying safe.
Well, you guys are still getting cases. You guys already have 2, and every other Amazon facility that I've seen pretty much has multiple cases. Some have over 50.
Yeah, and we're trying to prevent it from like getting worse. You know, who you have contact with outside of work. If it happened here, I don't know. If it happened outside of work, we don't know. There's no definitive way for us to pinpoint that. But what we can do from our end is try and like prevent it from getting worse. So 6 feet, you know, having your mask on.
You know, that's another thing. That's impossible to do. A lot of times with the way that we work, and a lot of times like we're put to work multiple people on one conveyor line when we're scanning, for example. And we're crisscrossing paths, because when we pick up a box off of the belt, we don't know what pallet's going on until we scan.
Right.
So
And this is outbound?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, well, that's just only one example. I mean, like the trailers, unloading trailers and inbound. I mean, they'd stick 2 people in a trailer. There's a lot of positions where it's simply impossible to maintain 6 feet.
So I know as one of the precautions, we were only allowing 1 person at a time in a trailer.
Oh, you guys changed
and they
that?
were rotating. Yeah, they were rotating. So if 1 person goes in, the other person has to stay out. And
because last time, well, I mean, I haven't worked there in a little while, but last time I did, they were still doing 2 people per trailer.
so as one of my functions during the day is to go out and audit. Like, look, I go through every department every day, walk around and see what everybody's doing. And if I see a congested area, or if I see a certain area where there are like a lot of people huddled together, we try and come up with more ways how we can resolve that. So thank you so much for bringing that to my notice. I will get with the outbound ops team and see if there are more ways where we can create, you know, more space between. And
I've seen that kind of stuff on the VOA boards a lot too, though. A lot of other people making the same.
VOA board, that's something our, you know, senior leadership and like BP
that's like
team
kind of
handles.
separate.
Yeah, that's something our BP team handles. So I'm not sure what comments have come that way, but I can assure you they look at everything, you know, and pay attention to everything, every kind of, you know, call outs, every kind of like suggestions that you guys have. Any way we can make our lives easier and make this site function in a better way, we are up for it. If it's possible, I promise you it is being considered. Okay? Now, as far as like the problem, one of the things that I can say is try and look into like if there's a different masks that work.
It's just
better.
really difficult for me to have anything on my face when I'm working like that.
Okay, so
I'm like rushing around, moving heavy pallets back and forth, and you know, like I usually water spider like maybe like an MP or in robot sometimes. Right now I'm operating, but I still have to move pallets, and I still get sweaty doing that.
Right.
Sometimes it gets hot in here also.
Like maybe this is not the material that helps. Maybe trying like a cloth mask or something else that you can try by yourself and find what works for you, what works better for you, and see if that helps. Because like I said, it is absolutely mandatory to have your mask on site, and especially because, you know, of the, you know, cases that we've had in the past couple of weeks. We just want to make sure that we are maintaining your safety is our top priority. We want to make sure we are doing everything we can to prevent any more cases from happening. And that is our main concern. So everybody, regardless of, whatever the case might be, everybody has to have their masks on. If it is causing you problems in breathing and stuff, we can talk about some leave options if you want to take some time off till things kind of settle down and we kind of go back to normal. But
It might have to come down to that because I'm having so much difficulty working like this. I feel like I'm just going to go back onto the floor and get written up, honestly. I mean, it's that difficult for me.
Okay, well, we can definitely look at some leave options. Can you pull up your A to Z?
Yeah.
I can walk you through it.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to do right now because I still need, to work. I need hours. I need pay, but
Yeah,
there's a really difficult position for me.
I know. And I'm trying to think of a way that works, both ways. Like I said, we need to have the mask on, which is why, one of the things that I suggested was trying to see if you can find a different kind of mask that works for you. Because there are a lot of masks that actually have, like, what are those? The ventilator kind of deals? Like, they have, like, an opening.
You guys' own rules actually get your updated rules say the ones with the valves are not permitted. I've seen that.
Hold on. Hey, are we not doing the valve masks anymore?
The valve, there's like a specific valve one that's stated that you can't wear, yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it on the signs.
Which specific it is?
I can double check.
Okay, then the one that's not
Yeah,
not permitted.
the one that allows you to exhale unfiltered is not allowed. And that's
Okay.
the kind that would actually let me breathe, or at least breathe a little better.
I'm trying to work with you. I really am.
I
I'm trying to
really don't
think
know what to
of-
do.
I'm trying to think of some way that, we can come up with a solution for this, but maybe try like different thinner, like, cloth masks. Some of them are a little more breathable, some of them work a little better. Maybe trying something like that for once and seeing if that helps any. Because trust me, I understand, I'm here to work too. I understand we have to.
Yeah,
we
but
all
you guys
have
are in
bills.
air-conditioned offices. I'm out on the floor pushing pallets.
I'm out there at the main break room too, and I get that it's not as bad as being out there. I'm trying. I don't know what to tell you. And that's just me being very transparent and honest with you.
I mean, I know it's you guys, it's just your rules from up top corporate. You're just parroting what they say, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
We just, like I said, we have to have masks on. I would suggest trying different kinds of masks to see what works for you. If not, like I said, you have some leave options if you want to consider that.
Well, I don't have any other masks today right now, so like, what do I do?
I would say just try and switch this one out. Go to.
I'm gonna have the same problem again.
So let's at least try it. Let's at least try it before we assume that it's just. At least switching it out might help. Since this is a lot, it's a little sweaty and it's a little wet right now. Maybe getting a new one will help it for a little bit.
Yeah,
And
for
we
about
can do that
15
for
minutes.
today. We can do that for today, and we can see if you can find a different mask for tomorrow and see if that helps.
Oh.
That's the solution that I can come up with today.
Well, if anything, might as well rack up more hours before I get sent home. Shit, that's the way. I mean, I'm just being honest.
I mean, I'm trying to help.
You need to like to Shama's point, like the masks are like mandatory, right? Like
I've heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I'm quite aware.
Right. So like that is like the case. So like if that's not something that's an option, like to Shama's point, you can try different types of masks or different things that work. There is that one specific one that I'm trying to look, but I think you already know it's the one with the valve that is not allowed. However, if you're not, if like it's still not something that's going to be working for you, like you can always apply for like an accommodation. But like what that's going to look like if you do get an accommodation, most likely just being transparent, like it's going to put you on a leave just until that is over. Because like I said, right now, like there is no area that you can work that you don't have to wear a mask. I don't know if that helps, but just to be honest with you, like that's something that you have as well as an option.
Maybe if I worked in the equipment cage or something, just handing out equipment, I could handle it, but not pushing pallets around for 10 hours.
Yeah, and that's something that you might be able to look at too as an accommodation if you're able to go to a different department or a different area. But most likely, like if your doctor is stating that you can't wear a mask or whatever that looks like, then they're gonna most likely put you out on a leave until like the restrictions change.
Just some options to consider.
Yeah. I really don't know what to do right now. I'm just really being put in a tough spot. Because I need this job, but also need to breathe.
I hear that. So let's try, let me go change your mask out. I'll try and see if there's something that we can do on our end.
Okay, so just like go get a new mask and go back to my station?
And I'll have Zill follow up with you. Sounds like a plan?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Can't believe this shit.